Evening or good afternoon. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but you are now in the Jazz Zone, where we talk about art, music, creativity, an interview series hosted by me, Roscoe Lee Owens. You know, the opportunity to come into the life says what I want to share with you now. What we focus on expands. We must focus our energy on what we want. Whatever we place our attention on, we energize. Whatever we take our attention away from dissolves. We always have a choice to use our creative collective energy to focus on what we want. I use the word collective energy. Words infused with good feelings and imagery generates the atmosphere in which we live. We focus on words that increase feelings of well-being. We as a culture have been taught the way to get what we want is to defeat what we don't want. However, the very thing we oppose is what we attract. We focus on what we are for, not what we're against. Rather than fighting against poverty, we are for prosperity. We are for prosperity. Again, instead of guarding against negative outcome, we are for positive outcome. If doubt enters your collective consciousness, we focus on all the reasons we can achieve our desires. As we shift our focus to effective action thinking, any doubt is replaced by the feeling of confidence and expanded awareness that all is well all the time. The thought is great, but the action makes it happen. Bring me in, Kijana. I think we need to come off the groove yard and get right into the principle of things. Again, good morning. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens, and here in the groove yard, this is what we are speaking of now, is what's on your mind as a musician in the groove yard. What's on your plate? What's on your responsibility level? What is on your consciousness level as it relates to doing what you love and being blessed to be uh, talented with that particular talent? You know, you as musicians and creative people, you're on my mind, and I'm excited about what we talk about in terms of legacy. Because in terms of building yourself, you're building your legacy, and if you want to really build your legacy, you will be building your dynasty all at the same time. And if that is what's happening, that is one of the reasons that I chose Success Express as a podcast to center what we're doing in the Groove Yard. The Groove Yard was set up in Lamert Park, where I grew up, right around the Lamert Theater, which is now the Vision. And it brought back the understanding of People's Street. So from People's Street, you know what I want to do? I want to show you somebody that also grew up right there as an infant, but has created such dynamic understanding of what they call commercials, but I call them vignettes. He's worked on several different ways, from a stinger to a long lasting, vast program. So let me bring in, and I want to celebrate those people that are supporting our podcast, which is the Groove Yard. So we need your funds, we need your support, and this is why. Kijana, hit them with the good reason why they should support and get involved.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring you.
Hi, my name is Kijana Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is
That is my man, my son, Mr. Kijana Owens, and I would like to bring him on camera with us because we have a lot to speak on as it relates to how we utilize connectability and relational currency. And there can't be any bigger relational currency than father and son. So let me introduce my son, Mr. Kijana Owens, who's sharp every day. He's so sharp, I thought he'd cut me. How you doing, sir?
Oh my goodness, man! It's an absolute honor, man, to be on your show, be your son, man. You're not only a great dad, but you're a cool dude, man. So I appreciate it absolutely. Thank you for having me on, man.
You're welcome. I remember as you were growing up and we lived in Altadena, there was a dynamic man that we all call Cool Dude.
Cool dude.
Yeah, remember Cool?
Cool dude. Yeah,
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, at any rate, what I was speaking to in the Groove Yard, and one of the reasons that I want to bring you in, because that's People Street, but that's where we started our very first business as a family called Sassafras. That's a place that, as you as a child, you hung around I'm going to say as a baby, you hung around right there in terms of being involved with marketing, just being in the area of this particular kind of vibe. And recently I saw that you had on your podcast a very absolutely matter of fact Dr. Frazier in terms of what we do in bringing networks together. Could you kind of speak on that and then share that?
Absolutely. Dr. George Frazier, man, early, sir, in my networking and my branching out to meet people that I sometimes you don't feel like you even qualify to meet these kind of people. They're doing some great things. They on another level of business and professionalism. And I just walked in the door. Miss Linda Sam today was Miss Linda Morgan at the time. She opened the door for me, allowed me to meet and mix and mingle at the 2012 Power Network Conference and Retreat. Met some folks that I never thought I could meet. Did some things that I never thought I could do. Opened some doors that I thought I needed a key to that was already open. And I just never came back out that door. But you, sir, as my dad, a long time ago, even before any of these mentors or people that came in my life, I had a dad to look at that set that foundation, even though you don't want to listen to the dad. Back to you, sir.
Okay. Well, can you as a George Frazier piece, is it ready? Can we play that?
Yeah, absolutely. If I will preface the piece there. Thank you for the opportunity. Dr. George C. Frazier, as a mentor, as a motivator, as an extreme, connector around the country, around the world. It's been amazing to be able to learn, glean off of. He always taught about the power of connectivity, relational currency, making those relationships, making the call, making it happen, going in the room. A lot of times we're waiting for a key to a door that just happens to absolutely have no lock. So as I pull this up, think about the networks that we establish. Who's in your network? Who's in your circle? Who's in your sphere of influence? Who's influencing you? And how connected are you? Connect with the people that are looking to connect. Mr. Dr. George C. Frazier in his own words.
In anticipation of a profound insight from Minister Farrakhan, I prepared a chart. And this is a chart that I think says in another way what he so profoundly provided us today. This chart to me represents beautiful, educated, moneyed black people all over America. It could represent black organizations, it could represent black churches, it could represent black social and civic organizations. And what you will notice about these beautiful black people all over America is that everybody is doing their own thing. Caught up in a Eurocentric value of rugged individualism, having forgotten that it takes a village to raise a child. There is no power here, brothers and sisters. There is no power here. Power is most effective concentrated. You can take a 55-gallon drum of water, spill it over, it will disperse, find its own level, and eventually evaporate. You can take that same 55-gallon drum of water, put it under pressure, put a lid on it, put a hose in it, put a nozzle on the end of that hose, and it can cut concrete. There is no power with us being disconnected. See, there's nothing wrong with dispersion. I live in Cleveland, you live in Atlanta. We have folk in the Caribbean, we have folk in Africa. That's dispersion. That's okay, but we do not have to be disconnected. We are a disconnected people. We are powerless in disconnection. This is where all the power is. You see? This is where all the power is. Whether you are at the center of your own network or part of someone else's network, this is where the power is. There's a beautiful African proverb that says, when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. When we connect, because we are disconnected, we're disconnected from those of like mind. We're disconnected from the best practices in our community. I don't care what it is that you want to do, what profession you want to engage in, what business you want to get into. I can introduce you to brothers and sisters all over America they are doing it to death. You just don't know who they are. You are disconnected from them. There is no power in disconnection. Okay? When we connect, we prevent interlopers from coming into our communities and taking and destroying at will.
All right, George.
Try to open up the Booker T. Washington delicatessen in Chinatown and see what happens. So we must connect. We must connect the dots. That must be the movement for our people in the 21st century. We need a lot of us doing a little instead of a few of us doing a lot. We need to get together to get ahead. That is why we must network. That is what we teach at the Power Networking Conference in June in Cleveland. Come and visit with us.
Thank you, George.
Thank you very much.
Please
remember what it said in Isaiah. Remember what it says in Isaiah. And the voice of the Lord said, whom shall go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. We must go, brothers and sisters. We must do this. We must take on the responsibility. We are responsible for our own success or failure. Thank you.
Thank George Fraser for being here, please.
There you go. And that is a very effective aspect of who we are. If we're utilizing individualism, rugged, or are we utilizing the opportunity to connect? Relational connection. That means I know you, I met your aunt, but you know your aunt. Now your aunt is connected to you, and so on and so on. And that is what keeps us resilient, makes us outstanding, continues our route to be successful. It also shows our compassion for others. So, what you say about that, Mr. Kijana Owens?
The opening of that can of worms, if you will, in my life at the time just made sense. You know, I've been listening to people, I've been watching people, and most of the people I've been listening to and watching were doing about the same things I had been doing until I walked in the door where people were doing things that I wanted to do and living the way that I wanted to live and going places that I wanted to go. And I saw things that now that I wanted to do that previously I hadn't had a vision for. I was given opportunities. I was introduced to people. I was introduced to new places, new things, and it serves. I would just encourage anybody that's listening, anybody to hear the sound of my voice, man. You just got to go in the room. Just go in the room.
Go in the room.
Yes, sir.
and observe.
Well,
Actually, yes, sir.
I would say, don't just go in the room and observe. Go in the room and participate. Go in the room and activate. Go in the room and shake the hands. Go in the room and meet the people. Go in the room and make mistakes. But go in the room in your own process. So you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to become great. So in the interim of the whole deal is that you really just take that step. You don't have the business cards. Here's my story. Dr. George C. Frazier, at that time, with the 2012 Power Network Conference and Retreat in Dallas, I didn't have a business card. I didn't have the money. I didn't even have a car. I was going through a divorce. I was losing my mind. I didn't have any money. There was no way. I was going through a foreclosure. I'm talking about, you talking about going through. My empathy level is kind of low sometimes because going through, you just go through. So as I was going through, I decided to keep going through. Even in the midst of going through, I said, man, I'm going to keep going through, because when you go through, you get through. So in getting through and going through, I was offered the opportunity to come to the Frazier Network Power Network Conference and Retreat in Dallas. The booths were $900 a piece. They offered me 3 booths. That's $2,700 worth of booths. And now, at $900 a piece, I know I couldn't afford, $9. I got 3 booths. They made me a plaque, Success Express Marketing Solutions, coming out of the breakout session where thousands of people were coming out to see my booth. Now, I had to have a client because I'm a marketing company. I didn't have a client. I'm trying to sell the booth. Look, if I could get it for $9 like that, like, hey, I got it for half of the price, $450. Nobody would take the offer, but guess what? I got 2 individuals that would go with me. I was able to introduce them. I was able to do what a marketer does, give an opportunity to a client. While I had no client, I created a client work ethic. I take the client to it. We offered the opportunity for the client. And now the magazine for Simply Me magazine, Perfected Me magazine, Latoya Garrett, she's doing an amazing work out there. Guess what? And then Fascination Studios, Faz Clark, amazing work, got him in the magazine. But had I not walked in the door, I wouldn't have met the people I met, and I wouldn't be on the trajectory for my life today that I'm on, no matter what somebody says I got to do today or where I should be today. They don't know what my tomorrow looks like, because guess what? I'm going to go in the room, sir.
That's right. Participate. That's like we're going this way with no step forward. If you don't step forward, it's like, well, I'm going to call 100 people, but you don't pick up the phone. So I don't know if you've called them in your mind and the phone's going to ring, or what the situation is, because I certainly have looked at my motions and what has spurred me, because as an individual, I was doing music, marketing, probation officer, and that, because the bottom line is one thing that my dad told me when I asked him. I said, well, you're a musician, and the musicians your age, they were going overseas, going to Europe and playing. I said, how come you didn't go? He said, I had a family, I got responsibility. Well, the same thing with me. I said, well, wait a minute, well, what you want to do, Roscoe? Well, Allstate called and said, that's a job. I'm going to take that because I know what my worth is. But Allstate said, well, we're going to pay you this amount, but we're going to also add commission on top of that, so you could, climb and do this. So I said, this is a great way to pay for my family. So I went to work with Allstate while at the same time had a clothing store, because the other entrepreneur spirit is right there, from my dad to me to you. And it's like, okay, what do? We continue to cultivate. So with an 18-year career with Allstate, I said, well, it's time to make another change. So I did a few things, and I got very much involved with art. And I had been involved with my dad's music, which was the Jimmy Owens Jazz Ensemble, but it turned over to be the JazzZone. which we're now promoting as well. It's about keeping jazz and blues alive, keeping music alive, and that's why the interjection with Miss Barbara Morrison, the Queen down there, that has the California Jazz and Blues Museum, which I'm so happy to have your grandfather, my dad, as his original portrait in the museum, along with other very, very great musicians. So, that, and now it becomes relational currency. We had the opportunity with Success Express to do a banner, which is effectively with Partners in Success. These are businesses that we have aligned with in terms of what Dr. Fraser is talking about the dots. We put the dots in a category so every time that we're out expressing what we're doing, we're also expressing our Partners in Success to go along with us, which hopefully is a branding finale for them as we set up our different uh, I'll call it pavilions at various different events. And there's events that are coming up here in Pomona, 2 or 3 events that are coming up that I know that you're branding. One is coming in from out of town to Pomona. That's with, who is that with, Kajana?
Absolutely, it's an amazing opportunity. You don't get too frequently, for leaders of this magnitude to come into the city of Pomona. They didn't even have the pronunciation, it could be because it's a smaller city in Southern California. So Sunday, the 26th, right there in Pomona at the Doubletree, we'll have top income earners in the travel industry there to share and deliver information about home-based business ownership in the travel industry and why the impact of being in a position today is so key. I'll be there. You can reach out to me at 909-686-1698. You can check me out on all the social media platforms. Email me at successexpressceo@gmail.com and absolutely get that information to you.
You're also bringing a absolutely amazing Dr. Cassandra Bradford to our cities as well. So what I'm really sharing is that you are connecting networks to networks. So share about Dr. that event that's coming up.
Oh man, that's going to be real cool. Dr. Cassandra Bradford, certification expert. If you're a business minority, certification is key. My woman certification, veteran certification, disadvantaged business ownership certification. Essentially, what they mean is there are allocated funds for the contracts for businesses that are positioned properly. Get in front of the information. Dr. Cassandra Bradford will be here the 23rd of October. We'll be at the Pomona Valley Arts Association there at the Montclair Place in Montclair, California. Visit online. You can go to genesispreferred.com. Check her out there. Dr. Cassandra Bradford on the social media, but go to Success Express Marketing Solutions on all the social media and Facebook especially, and you see the event right in there.
Fantastic. I know we're doing some events because we're talking about the Groove Yard, but this is all coming out of that understanding of how do we associate and develop our networks out, because we're also performing, the JazzZone is performing at Roscoe's Jazz Lounge coming up this month or next month in October. It's October the 9th and October the 23rd, but then we're doing something, Jazz in the Sky, doing some more things, and we will do a party for you if you call in to 626-798-6848. We do it in your backyard, we do it in your front yard, we'll do it in your living room, or we'll do it at the place that you decide that you would like to have it. And if we could help you locate a location, then we'll do that as well. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens. I'm going to give it back to Kijana. We want to run a couple of commercials through here that I call vignettes, because if you have a business that you want to promote, I suggest Instant Stinger to start off with and then get into the VASP.
Hi, my name is Kijano Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level.
Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at JazzZone.net. That's JazzZone.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848.
We're here at the beautiful Las Colinas Marriott in Dallas, Texas, and today is Maxwell's Reign 2010 Women's Annual Conference and Retreat, and the exciting part about it is they chose me to be honored as the King of Queens for community service and outreach through the nonprofit organization, the Jammin Foundation and Kijano Owens Enterprises. It's an exciting day in my life. So many people from around the country.
So please welcome the King of Queens recipient, Mr. Kijano.
I want to tell you about the 3 P's. This is the way that the 3 P's work. The 3 P's of success. One is presence. Presence is you always have to be ready. You don't know who you meet. You don't know who you see. You don't know what's going to go on that day. So dressing for success, the success that you desire is important. Your presence. There's also your purpose. And everybody say purpose. Purpose. Purpose is what you believe in, what you feel passionate about. You have something unique that you want to bring to this world, something that you want to do. You don't know where it came from, but you have a purpose. You have to be driven. I like where I am, but there's something that is for me. There's something that is for me, and I know we search for it hard, but we have it. This is a quiet place we have to get in, and this is where you find your purpose. I found my purpose in making sure that I got quiet. I just got still. I got to a place where I looked at all the things I've been through. I looked at all the things that I've done. I looked at all the places I've been. And I said, you know what? All I've been through is preparing me for something. Because we never really know. But my purpose is to make a difference. Use my life to make a difference as others. You get up early in the morning, but you up now and you really get up, have yourself some goals. Have yourself some goals attached to your purpose. Whatever it is, find out what it is and stay driven towards it. Do not allow or need people to validate your purpose. Can you say that? Persistently pursue your passion. Every day, all the time. We gotta, have our family time. But you put it in the proper pocket in your toolbox. This is, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. And over time, when you look back, I got somewhere. Man, I got That's a word. My purpose is to make a difference in other people's lives. So that's my purpose, though. You find yours and you stay persistent on it.
Just came out, man. This is my award. King of Queens, Maxwell Reign 2010. Awesome, phenomenal event. I'm so honored just to receive this. Hit right here.
Making your passions possible.
Well, I want to thank you very much for enjoying and listening to our podcast from the Groove Yard. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens. My hat's off to you. Thank you very much. Enjoy life with God's blessings. We'll see you on the next episode. Hope you enjoyed that, because it's all about how do we connect, and we must. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.